How's everyone doing today? It's your host, SchuZ Shoemaker, and today you're in store for one heck of an episode. You've heard from a lot of the guys in the upperclassmen, even some sophomores, that attended the USA camp and put on a show. But today you get to hear from the stars of the 2023 class, and there's only 5 of them. But today you're going to be able to hear from Courtney Anderson Jr. and Chris Lockett Jr., and you're not going to miss hearing from either one of them. Trust me, there's some other good episodes coming up on SchuZ Views, and you're going to have to go make sure you follow me at Zach Shoemaker on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with that. But with that being said, we just got to hop right in now. I couldn't be more excited to kick off this episode. One of the top players in the 2023 class is he's locked in top 10 player. He's already started to compile many D1 offers ranging from Baylor, Houston, and many, many more. This 2023 prospect was one of only 5 guys that were able to attend the Team USA camp. He's getting up to lead Newman High in his freshman season, and after he just wrapped up an insane AAU club summer with Houston Hoops. That player is Chris Lockett Jr., and I just got to talk to you, man. Let's hop right into this and just talk about what was the experience like. You were one of only 5 players to attend this camp. What was it like? Talk to me about it.
I mean, it was hard because, the older guys would, try to, bully you and stuff in the game, and then, make you, go even harder.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. So was there anyone that really stood out to you from the camp?
My confidence. I didn't know how much, confidence I had until I went to the camp, and I could work even harder.
No doubt. So can I talk about your team? Who was all on your team for the scrimmages, and who did you really enjoy playing alongside?
Jarice Walker, Scooter, Sky Clark. He gave me a lot of tips. He was on my team, but he couldn't play because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
And Zion Cruz.
No doubt. And so kind of talk about the day. What was it like from the time you woke up until the end of the day?
I mean, it was hard working because you had a practice morning. Then after that, you had shoot-arounds. Then you had a 30-minute break. Then back to practice.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously USA pushes everyone to the really the best of their abilities. Obviously, being with so much talent, and obviously once again you were with 5 guys, and that was a pretty small group compared to the 80 guys, and you guys just spent a lot of time together. So kind of talk about the relationship you guys built, and was there any potential talks if you guys wanted to team up or something down the line?
Yeah, we talked about that in the dorm. We was talking about a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So out of all the guys, is there someone that you really would see yourself wanting to team up with? Maybe one guy in particular that you really enjoyed playing with from the 2023 class?
Probably DJ Wagner, Omaha. That's
Mm-hmm.
really good.
What are some of the colleges that you've got offers from and that you're really looking into possibly attending someday?
I got offers from Tulane, Houston, Baylor, Florida, and Kansas. That's the right number, but the college I want to attend right now, I don't know, to be honest. It's confusing. It depends where everybody go at.
And so what is something when you do come time to start looking at offers and where you want to attend, what's something that you really want to look for in college?
First, I wanted to feel like home, and second, I want college coaches to be like family, and be on me every time and practice and make me go even harder. And I hope the schoolwork got to be A1. So even if basketball don't work, I still got something to fall back on.
For sure. I think that's something that's so key because making sure you always have the future in store and in line too is obviously a huge thing because you never know if God wants to change your path or has something else in store for you. So just being able to have a backup plan is obviously huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And talk about high school. You obviously decided to go and play at Newman now. Talk about what it's like and why you decided to go choose to attend there.
Coach Livingston, he's a mentor, and he was just telling me that the connections at Newman and the work that could help me get to college.
For sure. So what's some of the other guys on your team that you're really looking forward to play alongside?
Javon Ruffin. That's probably it. That's probably the only person I could really say I'm enjoy to play with.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what's the team's expectations for this upcoming season?
Win the state, of course, and just being better than how they was last year, and just building a bond, and just getting better in practice and in games, and learning from mistakes.
No doubt. And is there one team that you really are looking forward to play against, or one team that you really think will be the biggest kind of team to try beating next year?
Yeah, Scotlandville.
Mm-hmm. Is there a player possibly that you really are looking forward to go up against?
Reese Beckham, Yeah, that's it. Reese Beckham.
Gotcha. And then talking about AAU, why did you decide to go play with Houston Hoops, and what was it like playing with them?
I think 2016, my team broke apart EP Elite. So it was just like they been wanting me to play with them. So it was just like I could build a bond with them, and it's fun actually. Like the coaches really be on you. They want like high expectations, players bonding. Like it's like a brotherhood basically.
That's big time. Now, kind of go and talk with some of the guys on your team. Who are the other guys that help kind of lead the team alongside you?
Orlando Horton, Corey Kelly, Wes, Chris Johnson, and that's it.
Who else would you say would be a team that really you could consider playing at AAU for next year, or are you looking at possibly playing with AAU?
Right now, Team Griffin, Drop Nation, and possibly Team Why Not.
No doubt. And so, what would you say, like, out of all basketball, having all these guys across the country you possibly played with through camps and high school ball, is there someone
Yeah.
else that maybe is not from Team USA that you really have a good connection with and you've enjoyed playing with?
Oh, Aiden Holloway. He just he just is like a great point guard in my eyes. Like he has everything. He probably the best point guard in the class 2023. And Isaiah Collier. Like I never played with him, but like I'll like play with him. That's probably the only two I'll play with.
Absolutely. He's obviously a huge talent. And looking at it, when it comes to April and the next Team USA camps come and start forming it for when you guys go out and start competing for gold medals, who else from the 2023 class do you expect to see on that roster?
Honestly, I really don't know. It just like depends like what they think. But I probably see like people I know, but and probably new faces. Like the dude Courtney, I never saw him before. Like it was just there. So it just depends who they pick.
Without a doubt, I mean, there's obviously so much talent. 2023 class It's gonna be awesome to see how they piece this roster together. But in your opinion, who was the guy that really stood out, or if there was one player that really stood out from the past USA camp?
Josh, I from watching his videos, I think I thought he was like easy to guard, but like he made me second guess. He's versatile and he's like he top three in my eyes.
I think he honestly, obviously, is someone that's very underrated. Just because of the thing you look at it, I mean, he obviously hasn't made Team USA's roster
Yeah.
yet in terms of playing for gold, and he also went out there with the chip on his shoulder, and he's someone that just goes out with all out and is able to go and compete at a high level.
Yeah.
And so before I let you go, I'd like to ask a couple questions. The first one being, who would you say has been your biggest role model in your life?
My dad and my mom, they just push me to work hard and seeing them work like make me go harder to play basketball and like make it for them.
No doubt. Who's some other people that's really helped get you to the point you're at today in life?
A lot of coaches, teachers, and friends basically. They just push me to go hard in class and outside of basketball and class.
And what kind of impact would you say God has had on getting you to the point you're at today?
From being like unknown when I was like 9, 10, 11 to being like considered like a like top five ranking like person in the class of 2023 in the world. So it's a huge blessing for me, and I like thank him for that.
Without a doubt. Well, definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today.
No
Best of luck this
problem.
upcoming season. I'm excited to see what you're able to do throughout your high school career.
All right, thank you.
No problem, bro. God bless.
Uh,
Hold on. You have to stay right there and not go anywhere. Because up next is one of the top guards in the 2023 class, and Courtney Anderson Jr. You're not going to miss what he wants to say. He's going to discuss the future, potential college destinations down the line. He's going to discuss so much more that you're not going to miss. So if I were you, I'd stay right there and tune in. Because up next, his interview is on. I couldn't be more excited than to welcome on someone you might have been familiar by seeing put on a show with Team Legit and Oakland Soldiers throughout the summer. He put on a show and continued to rise throughout the summer in terms of the stock in the 2023 class. Now he's getting ready to go help participate and lead Salesian College Preparatory, and he was one of only 5 guys, of course, to attend the Team USA camp for 2023 class. And that man is Courtney Anderson Jr. What's going on today, my guy?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Let's jump right in. You're one of only a couple guys that were able to go out of 2023 class to the Team USA. Talk about that experience and really what it was like being known as one of the top players to be able to go attend that elite camp.
First, it was very competitive. You have to come in with a chip on your shoulder to compete. And second, it was a blessing to get invited because there was only 4 other people that were able to go. And it was just fun overall.
No doubt. And I think you look at it because there's so many guys that not so many, but there's a very few select group that get to go all 4 years of high school to that camp. And you see obviously the guys like Evan Mobley, like Jacob, like a lot of those guys that played all 4 years. So what was it like seeing guys that really are in the same place you hope to probably be in a few years?
It was special. It's like learn and see them and compete and just learn from what they do.
Absolutely. So did you make any really good connections or friendships that you really started to form while you're at the camp?
With DJ, Wagner Jr., Chris, and Omaha.
Okay,
Those are the main
that's
three.
awesome. So do you guys possibly have any talks about in the long run possibly teaming up with them or wanting to play with each other at AAU in high school or even maybe in college someday?
Yeah, college was a big thing because we talked about dream colleges, and we all said Kentucky was one of them. So, whatever the future holds.
No doubt. And so in terms of the long run, what are some of the other 2023 guys that you probably expect to join you guys for when you guys do start forming the team that it starts competing for gold medals?
Um, Brian is going to be there. Probably, who else? Mikey, Aiden Holloway, Jalen, some other big name guys.
No doubt. And so going there, trying to talk about what was the day like from the time you woke up to the end of the day with the USA camp?
It was long. So first you got breakfast, and then you can stop by and get some treatment. So like you can get taping and you get your muscles warmed up, whatever. Then you have a workout or a practice for it was an hour and 30 minutes. It was from like 9 to 10:30. Then you have lunch after that, and then you have like a 3 hour break. And then you have late night practice, and then after that you had the night to yourself.
No doubt. Kind of talk about the events then. Obviously playing some scrimmages. What was your team and how the games kind of go? How did you perform? Who were some of the guys that really shocked you on your team too?
I was on Team 5, so I had the number 2 player in the country for the sophomores, Jalen, and I had Pop. He was a good leader and point guard, so I learned from him how to lead the team, whatever.
hmm That's awesome. And so kind of talk about, was there anyone at the camp that really stood out to you, either in your class or other classes?
Evan Mobley, he looked unstoppable out there when I watched him play, and Greg Brown. Those two on the same team, they were on a different level.
hmm That's something that a lot of people obviously said. I mean, those two guys are guys that you really see being modern day kind of big men that kind of set the tone of guys that are going to be future top picks in the draft. And like you said earlier, I mean, just being able to learn from them and kind of take in stuff that how did they play at the level? Because 4 years is not a lot, but at the same time, it is in terms of that's a lot of growth and kind of seeing this as a role model where you want to be down the line.
Yeah, all that.
hmm So, were there any coaches that you really created a good connection with, or really you enjoyed talking to, or they really helped you out?
Um, Samson helped me out. Well, he's not a coach, but like he's one of the main people. He talked to me and just listened to my first camp and watch and pay attention and compete. And uh, my coach Yates, he helped me out. He had glasses. He helped me out. Told me to come for school. But he was a good coach. He helped me learn. And my other coaches they were all pretty good coaches, and they helped me develop and grow as the days went on and helped me get more comfortable.
Without a doubt. I think like you said there, I mean, it being your first time, it's almost like that first game of high school ball, first like kind of being a rookie kind of thing where there's so much talent there and it will take a little bit of time to adjust, like learn the speed, learn the level of these guys and just being able to go in there and just do your thing and start growing is a huge thing for the future.
Yep.
Now, your high school career is getting ready to get started soon, but talk about why you just had to go and play at Salesian and really what are you most excited for this upcoming season?
They're very good at what they do. They were ranked like top 10 last year in the whole nation. So our first game is until like November 10th. So I'm looking forward to that and go up to compete and Wesley prime my chest. And we play some big tournaments, so looking forward to those big games. So I can show out and play and do well.
Without a doubt. So talk with some of the guys on your team. Who else is gonna kind of help lead the team, and where do you think your role also is gonna be on the roster?
Ooh,
So we have Shane Bell. He's probably our best player. Um, Austin Johnson. He's another good key forward and roll. Then Marseille Johnson. He's tall and athletic. And Tajon, Tyler. Those are our main key points. And my role, hopefully, will be a key contributor to probably scoring and playing defense and rebounding.
No doubt. So has there been anyone on the roster that's kind of maybe taking you under their wing and kind of help get you ready for high school this summer?
Shane and Austin, they helped me do that.
That's awesome. And also this summer you were obviously playing club ball. Talk about your experience and what it really was like playing club this year.
It was fun because at the end of it, I ended up playing in the big Vegas tournament against Bronny, so that kind of started blowing me up and all that. So it was a journey in summer.
Without a doubt. I think that obviously God always has different times for everyone to start getting a lot of notoriety. I mean, when that time comes, it's obviously just a great thing.
Yeah, so it was different when everybody started knowing who I was and stuff. And they started asking you questions about what you're looking forward to this year and what college they have recruited you. But yeah.
So let's branch off, talk a little bit about that now. What are some of the colleges maybe have interested in you or kind of been talking to you, and who has really entertained you?
Florida State has been talking to me. Cal Poly, Cal, San Diego, and USC.
Okay. So has any of those schools really stood out to you in terms of schools that you really could see yourself potentially playing at someday?
Probably Florida State will be the biggest one.
How about other schools? Are there any other schools that you're really looking forward to possibly receiving offers down the line? And if so, who those schools be that you really could see yourself potentially playing at someday?
Kentucky, Oregon, also North Carolina.
Without a doubt. I think that's something that a lot of schools are all guys that you can see a lot of guys that really you play a lot like. Obviously, Kentucky, they have countless amount of superstars that they produce. Same with North Carolina. But you see a lot of guys at Oregon, like the Troy Browns, like a lot of those guys that are great players. And obviously, a lot of those schools just our guys. Florida State, too, has a lot of great guards and guys like Jonathan Isaac and guys like that have played at the guard forward kind of role.
Yeah, so that's why I'm looking at those three main schools.
No doubt. And so in terms of next year, heading into AAU season, what AAU team are you planning to play with, and is there anyone you're really looking to team up with at AAU?
I'm looking to play with the Oakland Soldiers, Team White Knight's an option, and West Coast Elite and Team Lillard. Chris Lockett might come play with me on Team White Knight, and Jalen Lewis might play with me on the Soldiers. So those are two big names.
No doubt. So when did you kind of get the Team USA invite to be able to go play out there, and what was your reaction when it first happened?
It was about a month before that, and I was super excited and ready to go up there and compete with those guys because that can put your name on the map and stuff.
And so just kind of talking more about the college thing. So obviously something that I think a lot of players are more attracted to now is having former NBA players, guys that have really done what you'd like to do as college coaches now. Obviously, you see guys like Penny Hardaway, you see Jerry Stackhouse at Vanderbilt, a lot of them. So as a player, what kind of appeal does that have, knowing that a coach has done what you really want to do in the future, and now they're able to coach you?
I think they can understand you more and help you develop better because they've been through what you're trying to go through, and they know what it takes and the expectations and all of that. So I think it's kind of better to have a player coach as that, so to speak.
No doubt. And at the same time, having an AAU team that also has an NBA sponsored playoffs, there's a lot of those. You mentioned Team Lillard, a couple of those type of teams. Why not with Westbrook? What appeal does it also have having a guy that is a famous NBA player, a guy that's done once again what you'd like to do, kind of represent your team?
Because when they come down and help you, they can show you what to do and help you to grow even more. Because they're still doing what they do best right now, so they can show you the expectations, the work ethic you need, all of that, and they can come down, talk to you, and show you everything.
No doubt. And I think obviously another thing that, to talk more about high school basketball, there is obviously a lot of movement. You see a lot of guys like Sierra Canyon formed a super team, and you see guys like Always Time Mayfair, a lot of these teams. What's it like seeing all this talent pile up into California, and what are you looking forward to potentially play against these teams?
Oh, it's going to be very fun to go down because we have 2 LA tournaments, and I think one of them we could play Rancho Christian or Sierra Canyon in the second round. So I'm looking forward to that so we can go up there and show the world or shock the world. And all that talent in California is just basically what's been – it's been like that for a couple of years. It's just like they're all trying to team up because like Stanley Johnson was here. So it's fun.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously look at California. It's one of the biggest basketball producing states out there. I mean, you look at obviously Illinois, New York, Florida, Texas, the list goes on, but they're one of the most elite states in terms of that. And obviously having this much talent will make things very interesting in California. It's really going to be awesome to watch. But as for you guys and your guys' goals of obviously winning state this upcoming season, who will be the hardest team to go through to be able to get that achievement?
Sierra Kane, because they're stacked. They got 2 5-stars, a 4-star Terran Frank, a good sophomore, two good sophomores actually. So it'll be very competitive to play against them.
No doubt. And I'll just wrap up with a couple different questions. The first one being, who'd you say in your life has been your biggest role model?
My dad, he's a former NFL player, and he's showing me what it takes to get to that level.
Absolutely. I think whenever God always puts different people in your path to kind of help direct you, and obviously when it's a family member, it's awesome because they can just keep you down the right path and kind of make sure you get to where God has an end goal plan for you.
Yeah, all of that. My dad's been showing me the way and helping me to stay humble, most importantly.
Absolutely. And finally, I'd like to wrap up talking. How would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
Does it all for me. Like, I would have never thought that I would have been USA at this moment. And talking to people like you, helping me with publicity and all of that. So it's just a blessing.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, God always has separate paths that are set up for so many different people, everyone in the world. And when you're able to lock in, find what that path is, and you know He's going to help invest and get you to the point you're at, is obviously just a great thing.
Very. Just a blessing.
No doubt. Definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today. Best of luck this upcoming season. I'm excited to see what you're able to get done throughout your high school career.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. God bless.
All right. God bless.